Hello YouTube, Jason's Dragonbane here, and I'm doing my Fire Fist deck profile plus sort of discussion video. This is the Fire Fist build that I've been running for a little while now. I haven't been able to take it to any major tournaments, so I don't really know how it does in a big tournament setting, but I've played against just about everything possible on DevPro and DN, so I've got a pretty fair range of ideas on how it fares in matchups. And so right off the bat, let's go to the deck profile. First off is Triple Blaster. Blaster is here to be a destroy one card on the field and a 2800 beat stick. Those are his main jobs, and he sets up Wolfbark plays really well if you start with him, another Fire Monster, and Wolfbark. You're guaranteed Wolfbark play first turn that way, as long as if your opponent goes first. Next up is Fire Fist Swallow. Swallow is my favorite tech card in this deck because he's a 2000 monster. He makes your Beast Warriors unable to be targeted, period. So your opponent can't affect Valor your monsters, they can't Fiendish Chain you, they can't Lance you. He's really good in that aspect. And then he sets one of the Fire Formation traps at the same time. So he pretty much protects himself with his by setting a backfield. Triple Dragon. Dragon is by far one of my favorite opening plays with any of the fire formations because he automatically gains plus advantage. Triple Wolfbark. 3 Wolfbark, amazing. Automatic, you get a rank 4 XZ out of him, and if you can keep him on the field longer than just the turn he's summoned, he pluses you even more than that. Triple Bear. Bear is still by far the best Fire Fist monster. Send any fire formation, destroy a monster. Still by far the best one. Double Gorilla. I really hate backfield, so I like Double Gorilla to get rid of the backfield. Because anytime he comes to the field, if your opponent has any backfield that they wanted to save for maybe Bear or Tiger King, they now have to waste on just Gorilla. Because they know it's going to get popped if you have a fire formation. Double Boar. Boar is here to be that first turn, maybe set him down, keep your opponent guessing on what you're playing, they'll attack into him, summon another one, and he's a level 4 too. Double Effect Veiler. I like Effect Veiler in the main board over Max C because he actually stops something. On Max C, you can Max C certain decks and they'll be like, I'll give you 2 draws and you probably won't be able to do anything with that. Effect Veiler actually stops cards. Transmodify. This is here to make Swallow easier access. This card will pretty much send any of your Fire Fist monsters to the graveyard, setting up Wolfbark, and summon Swallow, who will then set one of the traps. Double MST, I don't like running at 3 with Double Gorilla and Double Goyako. Just 2 is fine. Double Lance protects you from backfield, keeps your damage steps, tricks, live. Double Tensu, extra normal summoning is always good. Double Goyako, this is by far one of my favorite cards to do on certain decks because it just stuns their entire backfield to where all of a sudden they have that trap. I just keep freezing some of their stuff and they're like, I can't get stuff going because he freezes my backfield. Double Tenki, if you're not running at 2, you're doing Fire Fist wrong. I really wish Konami wouldn't have hit it, but they did, so 2 we go. Bottomless and Repulse. They're all around staple trap cards still just because they deal with the summons of monsters, and Compulse is really chainable to just about everything. I built this build to be more responsive to monster summoning, so this deck is really designed if the monsters themselves can't handle what you summon, the backfield's going to. Double Tensen, really good as a 1000 damage step trick. Your opponent 9 times out of 10 knows it's coming, but 9 times out of 10 they can't swing at you because it's there. Double Fiendish Chain. This is the stop effect monsters that might be problematic and to help keep your monsters alive. Double Tenken protects your monsters during their main phase 1, and sometimes your opponent will go really minus just because they don't know this is here. Triple Blackhorn Heaven. One of my buddies at my locals recommended this card, and oh my god, I am starting to love this card in Fire Fist. Because if you can't damage step trick certain monsters, This card is usually around to just stop the monster before it even becomes a problem. Moving on to the extra deck, we have one red dragon, one crimson, one scrap, colossal, Stardust, Kieran, and Armides. Red Dragon, Scrap Dragon, and Stardust are here just to do what they do. Scrap Dragon, pop a card, Stardust, protect your monsters a little bit. Red Dragon just to be a big beat stick. Crimson Blader and Kieran are here for board, and the fact that Crimson Blader still is really good at stopping certain decks. Colossal Fighter is here against the Dragon matchup when they side in Skill Drain. Because nothing the Dragon Rollers can bring out is actually bigger than Colossal Fighter. The only thing they can do is tie him, and they have to now beat him by battle unless they have Blaster plus another Fire monster in their hand. So you can just put Colossal Fire out, kill something, he'll come back from the graveyard if he points for points, and you get to kill something else. He's really good, and that's the only time I ever bring Colossal Fire out. Kieran is here to just sort of be a big butt with 2800 and just to decrease your opponent's monster's attack. Armides, Effect Veiler plus any of the level 4s besides board, and you get Armides, and if you're fighting a back row of 5, 9 times out of 10, put Armides out. If they don't have a way to respond to his summon, well, then he's getting through for 23 every time. Triple Tiger King, still the boss monster of the deck. Brings out any of the fire formations, negates your opponent's effects. Still by far their best XZ. Diamond Dire, just to be that one card that maybe you're pushing for game and you want to make sure to backfill nothing. Go Diamond Dire, blow it up, swing for game. Cardinal. Cardinal is here to get rid of any problematic monsters that the main board can't get rid of, while at the same time recycling your own deck. Abyss Dweller, Mermails, Dark Worlds, those matchups. Cowboy for the last little bit of 800 damage, and so on. I have one Swallow and one Transmodify in the sideboard. This is for the Mirror Match, because a lot of Fire Fist decks are pretty similar to this one in the fact that a lot of their stuff targets. So if you put Swallow out in a Mirror Match, they have very few things they can now do. They have to use their Tensons to beat your monsters, while you still have access to your Forbidden Lances, your Effect Veilers, your Blasters. That's what Swallow is meant for in the Mirror Match. Double Maxi, when you come across those really spam-happy decks, side them in, get draw. Forbidden Lance, sideboard. Imperial Iron Wall, Dragon matchup, Prophecy matchup. Double Goza match, really good against certain decks and doesn't hurt this deck one bit. Live Imprisoning Mirror, Bujin matchup. Robber the Warlords, again, one of those cards that just can really hurt certain decks that you don't come across very often, but at the same time doesn't hurt your deck whatsoever. Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, this is Dark World's hate pretty much right now. I don't have Vanities and Emptinesses, so that's why I'm not running Vanities right now. I really wish I did, but I can't get a hold of them, so I went with Shadow Imprisoning Mirror just in case I run across those Dark World matchups. That's the deck list, guys. I finally got it to where it's playing really well, really consistently. So tell me what you guys think. Leave a like down below, and thanks for watching, guys.